Also, speaking of Tika, she is in the image that I'm doing.
Right. All right. So let's go ahead and get on to the chat to our discussion here. Now we have two things that we're going to be talking about. We have the Equestria Girls special and the season 9 premiere. Now, since we skipped over it last week, we're going to go ahead and jump into the first one, into the Equestria Girls special. Yay, indeed, phone. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Now, for those of you who don't know what happened with the Equestria Girls special, well, I'm rapidly digging into every single one of my... I'm not going to lie. I have tons of pictures set up. And, of course, I am asking for all of you out there. If you have pictures of the Equestria Girls special that you like, gifts of the Equestria Girls special, comments, express them. Express them in our chats, in our IRCs, in our YouTubes, in our Twitches. Just go ahead. Oh, wow. It's machines for Discord members. That's actually pretty awesome, man. You're excused. But yes, be sure to post them up. Post them up. Post them out. Let them know. In any case, our chat of the Equestria Girl special, let's go ahead and say it right off the bat. This was the special of Rainbow Dash completely messing everything up and being the biggest pain in the ass.
Yeah, that was basically the build-up of what happened if the Pony Rainbow Dash never had Mysterious Manaduel.
Actually, I think that sums it up pretty nicely in a way. But yes, Rainbow Dash, unfortunately, after all of the trouble with equestrian magic, has kind of gotten a hero fetish. She wants to be the hero once again and to save the day because she has the awesome superpowers, and that's what heroes do. So, when the Equestria Girls finally get their chance to enjoy spring break, as Equestria Girls are wont to do, that's right, I'm going to put that image up for the moment. Rainbow Dash instead takes it upon herself to scour the ship up and down to try to find horrible, horrible magic, ending up getting set adrift with Sunset and Twilight Sparkle going after her, which actually leads to the best part of the special, with the Equestria Girls actually going into Equestria.
That actually does tie into how it ends as well, so.
A little bit, yeah. And of course, with a little help, they also find out that all the trouble is being caused by the same magic that the Storm King had back in the movie, and they have to use the same staff from the movie in order to absorb the remaining magic that got leaked into the Equestria Girl world and save the day. Which also consists...
Which honestly, that does tell us where it's at, aside from Spike not having wings.
Right. So, any case, my immediate thought on this. As I said it before, I hated Rainbow Dash in this. She was insufferable. She was annoying. She was a pain. This is the person that was completely oblivious to everything, anything and everything around her in the sense for glory, actually accusing rabbits of biting friends. She denied Pinkie Pie that basically the equivalent of the best dessert in the world, and actually caused an entire ship to be stopped. She caused the entire ship to get marooned. And that was probably and I'm not going to lie, it was the most frustrating 20 minutes that I ever experienced with a special.
Chillax, it's
Painful.
just a drawing. I don't know. I didn't think it was painful. I thought it was fun enough. I won't say. I've never really been a huge fan of the Equestria Girl specials, but even so, it was just like for me, another Equestria Girl special. It wasn't like bad. It was, it was kind of fun. It had its moments. At the very least, we got to see more ponies becoming, or more people becoming ponies. We got to see what Side-Twi looked like as a horse, and I, for one, am happy about that. If anything that we take away, hey, we got two Twilights at once, and it was the best kind of Twilight, the horse kind of Twilight. So there we go.
Yeah, this special kind of made seconds love and dream of, I want 2 waifus. Oh, look, that's 2 waifus. Yay!
Right.
But,
All
yeah,
right.
honestly, this special, well, it kind of felt like they ran out of thoughts and just tied the movie in afterwards. Like, it was an afterthought. They're like, how do we make this have equestrian magic? Well, we did have the Storm King. All right, let's add him in.
No, I don't think. I'm not thinking of it like that. It just felt like they actually had the plot with the Storm King's magic and the girls going into Equestria, and all of that. But they needed to have the first 15 or 20 minutes be filled out, and it was basically Rainbow Dash just trying to be the hero, and it made it agonizing.
Again, this is what happens when Meadowell was not a part of anything.
Wait, wasn't that just exactly what happened in the Mare Duel episode, where it was just Rainbow Dash being...
And did Dash learn from it? The answer is yes.
I mean, like, I honestly don't think it was that bad of a special. Like, in comparison to the other Equestria specials, I don't know. I thought it was just pretty much on par with the other ones, personally. It was alright. It had its fun moments. The only thing that really got my goat was normal fake McBritish hooves. I forgot his name. What was it? Penny Farthing?
Ragamuffin.
Ragamuffin.
I don't know. I kind of like it. I kind of like just the every.
I don't like him. You know why?
I didn't like him. I like the
It's
names you were coming up
with. He has
with.
the most British of accents, and he apparently comes from a coal mining family. Yet he's got perfect teeth.
Actually, I felt.
No comment about his last vocal line where he drops the accent entirely.
Yep.
Actually, I thought he was hilarious just because if you notice his accent kept changing slightly.
A little bit.
I mean he apparently everybody in my group thought he was Australian right off the bat. Then he kind of had a weird British accent, and then he started doing Irish step dance. I mean, basically, we're talking about a guy who probably just watched one too many romance movies and was trying to get in on something.
Don't care. I still don't like him.
Well, of course, nobody liked him. And let's see here.
I didn't mind him. He was just he just added to one too many characters, and I need to have a moment. I need to have a moment. It was like
he's an Applejack recolor, except not recolor at all, but remolds.
It's an Applejack remold with a bunch of I want to say boyfriend fetishes shoved into it.
Yeah, really the thing for me, the reason
now, hang on, Circuit. I'm not attracted to him.
Oh, that's your
part. Okay. Yeah. Here's the thing. Ragamuffin, whatever. I was like, yeah, I did the whole joke that I was like, I want to punch this guy because I was listening to his voice and all that. And then yeah, it paid off in the end with the whole joke of him just dropping it. But
okay, I'll give you that.
But I'll say this: the reason I don't care for Ragamuffin, and I'm not gonna say I hate him. I can just live without him because he doesn't add anything. He's just there. Like legitimately, you could do if you did this special again and didn't have him in there, didn't have anything having to do with his little part in this, you'd have the exact same thing.
This is an easy thing of you could have just wrote Spike into here as being the one trying to make Rarity at least like him or something of that.
I think we've established Dog Spike doesn't have a thing for Rarity.
What I was wondering the whole time was if, Rarity being like the, high society girl and Ragamuffin being like the down.
They were trying to pull a Titanic.
Yes, exactly. That's pretty much it.
That's what I was wondering the whole time. But there was the only people trying to keep them apart was they kept being required at their social requirements.
Yeah. It did feel like nothing of value would have been lost if he wasn't involved. Granted, I would prefer someone trying to make an Uptown Girl reference rather than Titanic, but that's just me.
Okay, you're banned from this call now. Alright. But yeah, that in all honesty though, the special really was incredibly hit and miss for me, but I did like the hits. The hits were good.
Also, can we talk about how that Sunset Human-Sized Hawaii and Human Rainbow Dash had 20 minutes that they could have been helping their friends, but they were sitting on their flanks, waiting for Piki to come in to give them food.
They thought they were safe and they were fine. They didn't know that there was a giant storm coming in and destroying the boat and everything.
Yeah, I will admit, that it did. I don't know why it became one of my favorite jokes with just the whole thing with where they come back, they bring out the Storm Kings thing, and they're like they suck up all of it, and it's like, oh, that was easy. Oh, yeah, wonder how everybody's doing, and they're just standing there talking, and just the ship sinking in the background.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
And of course, the bird is like, "Go save them."
Actually, the bird was the most hilarious thing. This had to be the most intelligent bird in the world because first it was just repeating everything Rainbow Dash said once, and then it basically did the whole. It became the owl from Legend of Zelda, just like, save your friends, you morons. But honestly, why has nobody else latched onto that bird? Seriously, I don't think I saw any images of that bird.
About the girls.
Actually, is there anything in the... I'm going to take a quick look at Derpy Boru. Come on, show me Parrot.
Also, we had an Incredibles callback with Rainbow Dash using super speed to, push the boat. Or is that just me looking too far into it?
No, I said the same thing when me and Coldust were watching it, is that it was Dash from Incredibles already did it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, aside from that, it just felt like a neat little thing of, okay, this is what happened, and also,
okay, there was a few Parrot jokes. In fact, they actually included the whole it's a dead thing. The whole Monty Python Parrot skit.
This parrot has ceased to be. It is an ex-parrot.
It's just sleeping.
Of course, the ironic is right at the end. They're like, "Or my name's not Rainbow Dash." Seriously, that parrot was the best thing. I'm not gonna lie. That was the best thing in the entire special.
And also, amazingly, that is one of the easiest, if not a little bit weird, ways of saving everyone I have seen. Oh, hi. Can we use the mirror? Thanks.
Actually, that's not quite...
Animals are canon.
It's true. Well, we already knew that with Spike.
Alright, well, I'm going to bring up a few topics here that I was thinking about with the Equestria Girl special. First off, this is the one thing that's been bugging me for a little while because we've been getting little bits of evidence here and there. But now we had them on a spring break special where they were on a cruise. A cruise with an entire petting zoo. A cruise with an all-you-can-eat dessert buffet. A cruise with a rave station, massive concert, lights going all over the place. Basically, this was the cruise of everybody's dreams, if you really look into it. And I am going to delete that image because that is not what I was going for. Now, the big question is, how rich are these damn girls?
Oh, given the fact that, one, they are actually in a band, so they could be playing gigs.
That was the thing about that, is that they were performing and stuff, and so I don't know what they like.
Did
'Cause, like-
Trixie volunteer? Or
Trixie
was she
theory,
hired?
Trixie theory.
Yeah.
No. Here's my theory on Trixie. Anytime you see her in that room, all of the lights are off. Trixie just found a room that was unlocked and started performing. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it.
I like that theory. That's a good theory. That's something that
No.
Because
Trixie
the
would do.
lights are never on.
No, I bet. Here's another
Trixie
theory.
wandered in and was like, "Yes, it's my chance to be a star."
No, here's another theory.
Wandered in and found a stage.
Here's another theory. In order to avoid having to deal with Trixie, they actually did rent out the entire stage for her to let her perform, just because they know that she would stay down there the entire time and keep performing. It was a Trixie trap.
And she
I thought
fell for a hook,
Trixie
line,
was
and
Starlight's
sinker.
friend, her Sunset's friend.
Oh, okay. Oh no, Steam Imperial had it. Even Rainbow Dash did the freaking 20% cooler joke.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also, we don't
yeah.
know where their cruise was going to or how many days, because like 7-day cruises, like a lot of them, like for like Carnival cruises, are like less than $400.
Well, that's per person. But yeah, Steam Imperial does say, didn't the school pay for this trip? Now, if
They didn't say that. They just said that Twilight organized it.
the Twilight organized it, so the school may or may not have paid for it, or the students may or may not have paid for it. However, it is.
I'm going with Aunt and Uncle Orange bought him tickets to go on the cruise.
I would honestly say that there has to be some connection. I mean, technically, Twilight's family must be rich, given.
Well, I'm just looking at everything. I'm looking at everything we've been seeing here. We have Rarity that shops constantly and unendingly with new outfits every single day. We had hold it. But before you contradict everything I say immediately, let me get everything out first.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, ejaculate.
All right. Then we also have where they have a giant stadium, which they played in Battle of the Bands. They rebuilt an entire school in a single maybe not even a semester, a few weeks, mostly due to Sunset Shimmer, but still. We also had, during the Friendship Games, they had an entire dirt bike rally track that with its own custom uphills, downhills, slopes, all that fun stuff. All of this on a school budget. Now, whether these kids are rich or the school is rich, somebody out there is rich. Somebody out there is ridiculously rich, and this school has a lot of crap that most public schools would go nuts for. So
Circuit. You forgot that there is a rich person who, or there are some rich people who are involved with all this shit. Remember the movie director guy? Remember all the people who donated to, save the camp? There were there was a couple of rich folks.
Yeah, but
no.
I blame Filthy Rich.
Well, they had to start a fundraiser to save the camp to begin with. I didn't see anybody doing let's save the school from ourselves.
Doesn't Filthy Rich's daughter go to this school? Diamond Tiara? She goes to this school, therefore, of course they got funding. Yeah.
But I don't see parents paying for everybody in that school, just maybe for Diamond Tiara. Give her a diamond-encrusted desk.
He wants Diamond Tiara to go to a proper school, so he throws extra funding into the school budget while she's, going through the school years. You see, the main six are lucky because they're older than her, so they get to enjoy this whole, school with great funding for their entire, high school, middle school, wherever the fuck school this is, career. And then, immediately after that, he's probably gonna pull all the funding out, and then, the school's just gonna be dead. Yep.
Let's just assume that this is high school for the sake of all the porn.
That does not appropriate that. But all right then.
It gives us to the it gives to the highly questionable but barely legal line that will keep us from getting in trouble.
Okay, fine. Senior year.
Everybody's in their senior year. Nobody's gonna question it. All right. But
it's like the rule in the anime community. They're always 18. But that one's really small. They are 18.
They're all 18. Don't question it.
Wow, and I thought I was the one who normally went to that direction. Anyways, getting back on track. So I just want to point out too that if we're going to question these logistics, what about Starlight? What about her parents? Her parents that exist? Question mark. What happened to the actual Sunset?
I was wondering about
Starlight, I mean
actually, that would explain things too.
Oh, I'm a horrible person. I feel bad now. Sunset. Shut up, Toa. I'm making a point. Sunset.
Actually, Sunset.
What happened to her parents and stuff? Does she have parents? Does she somehow make enough money to just swing an apartment? What is this for?
In regards to Sunset, I'm almost willing to bet money that... You know what? Actually, I'm not even going to bet money on this one. I could come up with so many crazy theories, but other than Celestia and Luna, we barely even see adults in the show anyway. So...
Also, here's the other thing. Sunset probably had a rough few years.
Plus, we're talking about a school that has been blown up in half, attacked by magical creatures, which is very hard to hide, if not impossible. Either these parents are incredibly negligent, or they don't give so much as a rat's behind on any of this.
Or we go
Boarding school.
A rich boarding school. Oh my God! There it is. We are dealing with an Equestria girls' highly rich boarding school. They shove their kids in there.
Right now, I'm poking a hole in this. We see the Applejacks, Rarities, and did we see Rainbow? No, we saw Peach's house. We saw them all living in their own houses at home.
Yes, and
Boarding school.
they could still be living at their own houses in a boarding school, but this would also explain why in the world we don't see that much in the way of parents. They just pay for their kids to be taken care of over there, and they go off and do whatever the hell they want. And
yes,
and to top it all off, Applejack probably gets in there for free because her grandma is a cafeteria lady.
Speaking of weird theories and having to do with Equestria girls, so
at this point,
Psyquai, that's what I'm going with. Psyquai. So Psyquai, what happened to her in the human world that made her need glasses?
she was just born with them.
Probably kept staring at books too hard.
Who's born with glasses, Toa?
Maybe it's due to the simple fact that ponies can correct their eyesight with magic if they so choose.
But ponies sometimes have glasses too.
I'm gonna put something out there. But being born with glasses, you technically have lenses in your eyes.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Your eyes are basically the glasses for your body.
Yep. Twilight Sparkle just got LASIK magic surgery.
Glasses, just think Moon Dancer.
Well, Twilight got LASIK magic surgery. I guess you can't LASIK all the eyes.
You know, when you're the princess's student, you get perks.
There you go. We'll go with that. All right. Okay. So, that was the one thing I wanted to bring out. But how rich are these girls? That's the big question I have there. Rarity's attempted romance. Okay, we already talked about that. That was a horrible mistake, and we are all going to suffer for thinking about it. Let's quit.
And Applejack was basically just seasick the entire time.
Okay, now here's another big question that I have, or I would if any of these images would actually work, because, Chrome.
Curse you, Chrome!
Okay, while I'm dealing with Chrome, I guess. I don't know. Let me close out some of these and see if that might help. Now, here's the big question. Now, we know that in the end of the special, they got everybody off of the ship. They ponied up. They did the special power thing. And they decided to cross them all back into the pony world. But what happened with the freaking carnivorous plant that forced them there in the first place?
Well...
You wonder where all the other passengers went?
They ponied up.
Oh, that is dark.
Actually, Circuit, if you want a legitimate reasoning on that, I can actually. For me, I think it would be that when they absorbed the Storm King's magic, it absorbed the magic that was causing that thing to go nuts.
I did not think about that, and that is probably one of the best reasonings I could come up with. Outside of they just had them jump in the sinking sand really, really fast.
that or they just beat it within an inch of its plant life.
We're gonna go with the
Oh, no,
magic
that's
dispelling. Well, let's go with the
Yeah,
magic
because
dispelling.
The other one seems
Large
way
group
out of hand.
rainbow lasers.
Oh, and Cold Dust is posting pics, so we're gonna have to start throwing some of these out here.
Also, challenge pick is done.
Also,
Yeah, I saw
Circuit,
that.
You're probably going to want to move forward here pretty soon.
Yeah, I know. I'm hurrying this up actually. I know that everybody really wants to talk about the special.
No, I just meant time wise.
Right. Well, that too. All right. And one thing I do want to point out, the special did come up with one of the great memes that we've had now, with Sunset Shimmer dunking things that she does not like into sand.
Also,
That's
the
perfect.
simple fact that we had 2 rainbow dashes, and the dude was like, "Wait, are you a changeling? Like, look at that face."
But yeah, here's the pick.
Also, I just noticed something with the difference between the dashes, and it could just be the model, but the other one shorter yellow.
All right, there is one big question I want to throw out here while I'm quickly going through these nice, fun images that
Oh shit! Someone did make a GIF of it. Okay, hang on. I need to post this because it's worth having the GIF of.
Oh yeah.
10 out of fucking 10.
Actually, I did post that a moment ago, but I'll do it again because it's fun. Now, here's the big question, and actually, this is the fun question that everybody had when we had the moment with Twilight and Spike in the castle. Spike did not have his wings. And if you're absolutely not sure about that, here's him putting up that horrible painting of the melting ponies from that art exhibit. So
You mean the progression of memory?
we'll go with that.
No, that's definitely what it's based on.
Well, yeah, there's that part, yeah. But yeah, the question is, when did this take place? Of course, the easy theory right now is that this took place shortly after the Equestria Girls movie, because by then Twilight did not have her school yet, and it would explain the Storm King's magic, well, in general, but also why it was still running
after
rampant.
The MLP movie, not the Equestria Girls movie.
No, the Equestria Girls movie. The movie that happened about 5 years ago. That it happened just before that. But that's the current running theory. Do any of you guys have a counter theory just for giggles, or
my counter theory would be it could be during the time that the school was being made, because technically we have between the start of season 8, episode 1, before the school is built, until that next scene where we see the school is built. That is our time.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, is this about the whole Spike not having wings? I zoned out.
yeah, pretty much.
Oh, yeah, that was already addressed in a tweet. Apparently, when the production crew was making this special, it was before anyone knew that Spike was going to have wings. So that's why Spike doesn't have wings.
Well, yeah, but we were just having fun with when did this actually happen.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
I
honestly,
mean,
that little time frame that I said, it kind of fit. The only continuity error we have is that painting.
You know what? In all honesty, this is a bad theory to go off
The
of.
painting was smashed. It's not continuity error. They broke it in the middle of it. It doesn't stay.
Wait, what?
And like
Oh,
that,
yeah.
they saved themselves some continuity errors.
Alright, well, let's do one last thing here. There was one important thing that we have to remember that this special gave us that we've always wanted. A bunch of background girls in bikinis. Thank you, Octavia. My dreams are now complete.
Also, I just noticed something. With the pony up, it kind of looks like the cheek marks for the star versus the forces of evil.
Yeah, I go with that. I go with that. All right, and with that, that is going to be our discussion in regards to the Equestria Girls season premiere. Well, not season premiere.
The Rainbow Dash, check it out, Big Mac.
We're just going to move on here. But the Equestria Girls special, it was hit and miss in my opinion, but it did have some good hits, and I'm not complaining. Now let's go on to what everybody really wants to talk about. We're going to talk about the Season 9 special.
The opener.
Season 9, well, it is special.
Time to let the spoiler floodgates open.
The spoilers are now officially open. You have no hope if you have not seen it at this point.
Dumbledore dies.
Dumbledore dies. All right.
Honestly, we have all wanted to see the goat for years.
No, we did not. Nobody saw this coming. But we're going to go ahead and address the elephant in the room here. We got the sexy King Sombra back. That is right. Our dreams have finally been answered. King Sombra is back and he is sexier than ever. Oh my god. This is everything we could have ever hoped for.
He has the sass.
He has the sass.
Second, why?
Because I can.
I follow the artist who drew that, and I'm very happy about that.
Okay, for real though, the one thing I want to see from this is now someone doing the opening to the Super Friends versus the Legion of Doom, like the old school.
All right, but let's actually get in on this. The season did start off pretty strongly with not only Sombra coming back. That's right, we finally got our second official dose of Sombra, and not because of time travel shenanigans. He full on came back as we were hoping since the beginning of season 3. And
since the beginning of season 3, all right.
And
since the comics.
Right. Well, again, at this point, a good chunk of the comics are no longer canon.
But we don't care, because that's a fun universe to be in.
But in any case, Sombra was also not only reintroduced, but so were the rest of the villains. So we got Chrissy coming back. We have Shirley Templeton coming back. We have the big muscular guy that actually did a damn coming back. I'm not forgetting names here.
We have the big scary guy that can actually do something.
A big scary guy.
Move a mountain.
In
That is
all
something.
honesty, Tarek being back to his muscular self isn't a bad thing. In all honesty, I like it whenever he's not uber powerful, but strong enough to put up a decent fight.
But of course, we also have the villain of the season, Grogar.
Rogar, not Grogar.
Grogar. We have Grogar. Unfortunately, it looks like they went back to the old animation style with Grogar.
Hang on, guys. I gotta go to Grogar.
Okay, but let's face it. If he's still like the G1, he is still going to be a fun villain to go up against. Dude has necromancy powers, for God's sake.
But yes, they unfortunately they had to turn down their animation budget, so we got Grogar back, and it's pretty much the same animation style that they had at Generation 1. And you can see him. This is him attacking Equestria.
Second, you're being a troll.
And this is him with his bell. Okay,
Alright, actually do it. Come on.
Okay, so
to be honest, I'm kind of. It is kind of neat how they. This is one of the few times they when they introduced something from Gen 1. They kind of kept fairly faithful to it.
Yeah,
not only that, but Gusty.
I do have to question though the story that was read in the one episode that did actually mention Grogar.
Yeah, apparently Grogar was actually mentioned, as well as the pony that stopped him, Gusty the Great, who is a Generation 1 pony from the looks of it.
I closed
Yes.
Hold on, I'm looking.
So yeah, if anybody's curious, this is Gusty the Great. So whether they're actually referencing Generation 1 or if it's just kind of an homage to it, that's kind of hard to say, but it is kind of funny to hear about it. It also could mean that the rumors of Equestria actually being an apocalyptic world is kind of possible now.
by the way, if you wanted to see a GIF of Gusty getting hit repeatedly with a ball, I got you covered.
Right
There
on.
you go. It's in pics and GIFs. It's worth it. Make a basket.
But yes, this was a fun special, and it looked, and even though we looked like we were about to get our League of Evil, unfortunately, one particular character did not want to play by the rules. So, Season 1 had Sombra coming back and trying to take over Equestria. And almost did, too.
Yeah, we almost had the alternate timeline in for a moment.
Actually, I gotta give Sombra a huge amount of credit on this, and I know a lot of people... I'm gonna say it right off the bat. I did not mind his voice. Now, I get it. People are just disappointed that he didn't have a deep, angry voice, speaking from the bowels of hell, like his balls dropped 5 feet and were bigger than you are freaking bowling balls, man. He didn't sound like it.
I've posted this many a time, and I'll stick by it till the day I die. Hey, you should have gone with the Makuta Pterodax version. It's not overly deep, but it still has the haunting tone.
No, screw that. I like this.
No, fuck that. Fuck that. This Sombra was total Saturday morning cartoon, and I loved it.
It was every bit of it was wonderful. I mean, yes, this was...
the voice that we got. I'm complaining about the people saying, oh, it should be deeper. If you want that, just go back and listen to Lee Tokai be a villain.
Screw the people that complain about it wanting to be deeper.
On a bit of a tangent note.
That's when it was basically mentioned.
On a bit of a tangent note. So Gusty the Great, aka Gusty from Generation 1, she for some reason gets a whole lot of abuse in Generation 1, and I never knew. Okay, so I found, just like in this one evening, I found an image of her getting pounded by a ball, her getting turned to stone, which Twilight's done that too. But also she's just traveling down a conveyor belt and hit with a hammer by some random monkey thing. What the hell? What was their thing against Gusty? What would she ever do?
I don't know, Cole, but we definitely need to go through and watch all of it.
Yes, we do. Also, there should be a tag for Gusty abuse now, because apparently she gets abused alive.
Gusty abuse.
Yeah. By the way, flurry of emotions when we first heard of Gogar and Gusty the Great, and basically it was when Twilight was reading to the Sick Falls.
Anyway,
so they did set
congratulations for saying the thing that was already said by CMs
multiple times.
I just forgot the name of the episode.
Yeah.
All right, but
back in 7, episode 3. So damn, they actually did play a long game.
But you know what? Well, it may have been a long game, or it may have been a reference that they decided to just jump with. But either case, it was inspired, and I loved every bit of it. Now, I do want to jump in right off the bat here. Sombra was a good villain. This was a very good villain, and I'm trying to find... I found an awesome image just before we got started, but now I am having difficulty locating it. Please bear with.
Well, here's the thing. He's taken out the Tree of Harmony. One of the most powerful things of good in the world. And dang, this is where...
Here we go. Now this will work. But basically, we're talking about a villain that did his homework. Actually did his homework. He saw the tools that the main 6 had used and eliminated them. He saw where their friends and family were and used them to his advantage to get his way. He took over an entire town, enslaved it, sent them off to Canterlot. And if it wasn't for the fact that Celestia and Luna were apparently dealing with a gardening situation, probably would have encountered them as well, and that would have just been bad and all around. So pure dumb luck might have helped save the day in some regards.
Yay, dumb luck.
You do bring up a good point. Starlight did her homework, yes, but she was not trying to enslave everybody. She was trying to ruin just the main thing.
And Starlight did do her homework, and she almost succeeded. It wasn't for the fact that Twilight is basically you're basically nuking the entire world just because you don't like the fact that your friend went to college without you.
My Little Pony. The moral of the story is, if you do your homework, you can almost do it.
If you do your
Exactly.
if you put in the work, you can actually make things happen.
No, almost.
Almost.
Not
Well,
quite.
I don't know. He kind of did
You
make
try
things
your
happen.
best, but you're not quite there.
No,
Got
you'll.
so
In all
far.
honesty, Legion of Doom has a good counter for Discord because Tyrant can.
Actually, let me put it this way. I got a better way. My Little Pony, if you do the work, you will actually succeed until somebody with raw talent and natural ability supersedes you.
Oh, that's not bad. But again, we also don't have the thing of Discord being OP because Tyrant is able to suck out all magic. Therefore, we have Tyrant countering Discord and all that shenanigans.
What? No. I don't know what you're talking about.
Some people would go, oh, Discord can come in and save the day. Nope.
Let's go ahead and move on here. Right. Okay, but yeah,
So many thank yous.
So many things that our chat our image board here is going nuts. But no, yeah, Sombra was clever. He was smart. He did a preemptive attack. He actually took over the Crystal Empire. Granted, he saw what stopped him with the elements of harmony, broke those, and decided to just take over Candlelight first. Mostly probably because Crystal Kingdom would be on guard for a while at least.
And also, he couldn't get through the Crystal Heart.
Well, not for a while anyway.
Yeah.
But no, really, Sombra really did a good job as a villain, and just despite the fact that he sounds like a prince that's a little uppity on himself, I don't find that a problem. Yeah, it sounds snooty and cartoon, like Saturday morning cartoons. Like Suki said, it sounded reminiscent of old Saturday morning cartoons, but it doesn't change the fact that he was damn good at what he did.
This is true.
So it doesn't change the fact that he's a suave motherfucker.
He was suave.
My fucking God. Okay. So remember how I said that, like, I what's his fuck McBritish face?
Ragamuffin.
Yeah, that guy. Anyways, yeah, no, not into that guy. Sombra, on the other hand, oh my God, what a man. Just saying, dude, swab.
Cole, do you just want me to start singing what a man, what a mighty good man?
No, I don't want to say that.
Nobody wants you to say that.
Dude, suave.
Alright,
And that's where I'm leaving it.
Alright, does anybody else other than Toa have any thoughts on this?
Well, considering I've never even seen a single episode of the special yet.
Well, it's not a special, it's a season opener.
I haven't seen either, so.
I just like the fact that what Circuit just implied is that Toa was the only one who had a thought right there. I didn't. All my stuff was complete gibberish.
No, it's just that Toa's been expressing his thoughts nonstop, constantly sprinkled throughout here like some horrible Girl Scout glitter that's being sprayed all over everything.
Stripper glitter.
What I find best
stripper glitter.
about this entire thing was that little bit of the friendship circle at the end there, where Cozy says to Chrysalis, "Now you say something nice about ponies," and she just screams no.
I'm sorry, but Chrissy has got loco in the cocoa if the fake changelings are anything to go by.
We'll get to Chrissy in a moment here. Admittedly, though, the end of Sombra was pretty epic as well. Of course, Discord basically had to be like, yeah, you need to kind of figure this stuff out for once. But Twilight basically just starts marching in there and just starts deflecting blasts like a freaking god.
Oh, she was basically like, bitch, please.
No, she's just like, you know what? I'm done with you. I'm done with this. I'm done with that.
I seen that, Jeff.
Here's actually, I just thought of something like along the lines of the whole thing where Discord pretty much could have ended this whole thing anytime he wanted. he just decided to. He's essentially taking Celestia's job and pretty much teaching Twilight the lesson. And but here's the other thing. Now, is Discord completely aware of Grogar being back?
I doubt it at this point, simply because.
You know what? He's got to be aware of something, because he literally had a being that was shattered and exploded, coming back out of nowhere. Something's got to give.
Well,
he did mention something straight from the very beginning about the return of someone tall, dark, and handsome.
I mean, it also makes me wonder if he doesn't know exactly what's going on. I feel like Discord would at least be able to tell that something is off.
Yeah.
Yes, but does he know or care about Sombra?
He probably doesn't know who Sombra is on like any level outside of you guys fought.
No, he would know Sombra because he was awake during the whole statue thing.
But you know what I mean. He would be aware of Sombra as like, he's someone you have fought and is bad. Okay, he seems to be dangerous, so you best be careful. Because remember, Sombra had only his horn left.
What?
So.
We only saw the horn as part of the broken afterimage. We only assumed that something would have happened with that horn. It never did. Sombra got pulled back from literally from the Shadow Realm.
So that could also explain why Sombra was different from before. Because if you just pull the soul out of the Shadow Realm, but don't have anything physical connected to it, there's going to be a piece missing.
No. No. Toa, you're banned from talking for a few minutes. Let's move on.
I just like to bring up the fact, Rainbow Dash, what a creep. Just like right from the beginning, just like, I call being able to crawl into people's dreams. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, that was...
Tone it down.
just chill out. Don't be too excited.
Okay, I do want to point out some things I really did love about the special. One, Sombra got a hold of Flurry Heart and took her prisoner.
Also, Flurry Heart didn't fucking bow. Okay, when like, you know, everyone else had, like, when he was like, bow to me, I am the king, she didn't bow. No, she just stared. She didn't bow at all. Ultimate badass of the episode.
Wow.
And trust me, I hate saying that because it's Flurry Heart. But
well, we do have Flurry Heart in one of the in one of the helmets though. That was really weird though. They put Flurry Heart in a freaking Sombra helmet.
So when do we unbind her magic so she can fight for herself?
I don't know. I think she actually she kind of did a little bit. But first, we're just gonna show this picture. This is the exact picture I want to see. Flurry Heart in a muzzle. But no, yeah, apparently when Flurry Heart did get free, she just started zapping all the ponies, so...
Well, also look at Spike going, that's...
Well, of course Spike is smug. He doesn't have to do anything, and he's in control.
Well, also, give it to him. It's either his cousin or his niece, and at this point, he should be proud of that little alicorn being like, no, you don't. Back up. Back up.
Of course, I do also like Mother Cadence just getting ready to just blast things to Kingdom Come when she came back to the castle.
Oh, you do not do anything, because a mama will attack, regardless of what you are.
Yeah. Man, no, the whole Sombra thing was kind of hilarious, was kind of fun. Especially since he basically conquered the Crystal Kingdom, lost, and then just used that loss to be able to conquer Equestria. And I do like the whole idea here that basically this season they can't rely on tools anymore. Elements of Harmony, gone. The Rainbow Magic, that was spent out long ago. Discord, he's not going to come in and just start flicking fingers to make things go away. Twilight and her crew actually have to rely on their own strength now.
And Luna and Celestia may retire by the end of the show. Who knows?
Well, I'm not so entirely positive on that one.
Well, you know, this could also be one of the tests that Celestia said, you know what, let's do this. Because she has pathetic dreams. We know this.
No, sometimes.
Yeah,
But that also seems to be kind of hit and miss on if the dreams actually happen.
Well, that would also mean Luna is in on it because she walks in the dream. So if Celestia had a pathetic dream and Luna saw it, be on the same level.
Okay, anyway, let's get into some of the thoughts and topics that I had here if we haven't covered them already. First off, I want to talk about the literal fact that they actually came out with twilighting as a verb.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, Twilight Nana's in the special, and now we have she's going full Twilight. You made me a verb.
Now, if only that becomes a tag under people.
Oh, it will. It will.
Actually, let's see here. Twilighting. It's already got 28 hits.
Good. Now we need to go back through all the rest of that fit twilighting.
They already started.
Mm-hmm.
So, Twilighting. We officially have twilighting as a verb and a tag, and it is being backtracked.
Yeah, people are just like, okay, freak out Twilight, let's go.
This is awesome. It actually is funny that we even ran with it.
Second,
It looks
you
like
know the fandom. We do crazy things all the time.
yeah. Any case, twilighting becoming a verb, that was glorious, and that was one of the it was a kooky, stupid little thing, and I love that. I just love that because that just feels like a bit of a silly shout out to the fact that we all know that Twilight is completely crazy. Of course, getting onto track here, yeah, we do have the other villains popping in. Chrissy has basically gone completely crazy. Of course, it is funny. It is funny to see how all three of them knew exactly who the hell the giant goat demon was, outside of Cozy Glow for obvious reasons.
Yeah, she's way too young and she just started being a villain.
Which also begs the question: how old are these guys?
Well, we know Tyrek to be at least 1,000, if not so old.
Well, Tyrek and Sombra have both old enough to at least known of them to some extent. And
yeah.
Chrissy also apparently knows her to some extent. Him.
Well, Chrissy I can throw down to as going through information and going like, okay, who else do I have to contend with if I rule? You know, being an actual smart person.
Nobody would actually debate that for somebody who's been gone for thousands of years and thought dead.
Yeah. Luna was gone for 1,000 years, and she came back. Discord trapped in stone for at least 1,000 years. He came back. Sombra, again, 1,000 years. He came back. At this point, she would be like, I need to look up information.
No. Well, the fact is that Tyrek was never dead. They already knew that Tyrek was in Tartarus. Sombra, nobody knew about Sombra except for Sombra, aside from the princesses. And, yeah, Chrissy wouldn't have known about... I don't think Chrissy... Actually, she did mention Sombra, didn't she? Or who mentioned Sombra when they met up?
Cozy probably read up on Sombra.
At least Cozy would have, yeah, because that would have been recent events.
Oh, that would have been a part of the friendship school.
From my experience, if they even so much as touch the history books, they're probably still alive somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Well, in this case, yeah, it seems like death isn't exactly a permanent thing for these people.
I ain't doing my job too well.
Then there's the seeing eye that people are going, wait, wasn't that upon the monster?
We're gonna leave that one alone. I tried to get the equestrian flag stop on, and they're just like, no.
It's not a
No.
plot hole yet.
No.
It's a neat connection, and it may come back, but until then, it's just a neat idea.
Well, here's one last thing that I did while I'm bringing up one last thing that did come to mind, I'm going to go ahead and show Sombra disintegrating into nothing. I gotta admit, that is a lot more violent than him exploding into a bunch of pieces. He basically gets Thanos'd.
Oh, man.
They Thanos'd his ass. I don't care who you are. That is, you know, for kids.
Second, remember that video that I think I put into, what's it, content or show chat with spoilers?
No.
Let's see. Beyond that,
I'm just saying no.
Oh, right here. It was April 4th, the censored and uncensored versions of the Mean Six being disintegrated.
No. For the last time, no. I could tell him no 1,000 times and he still keeps going.
Excuse me for actually trying to bring up something that went, yeah, they could have gone a lot.
All right, yeah, there's a funny little thing there. All right, but there is one thing I want to throw out here that I did notice throughout the special that does bring an interesting question, and it's kind of a fun little topic for our last little bit here. Sombra's eyes. Now, the one thing that we are completely 100% aware of is that at least when Sombra was first introduced, and when Celestia was talking about Sombra, was the purple haze around his eyes.
His eyes are clear. He finally found the eye drops.
Well, there's that. But the other thing that I also noticed is that his eye haze came back when him and Twilight were basically doing their face-off between each other.
Well, here's something that I need to kind of point out. In the beginning, Tyrek was a little bit weak, and they needed magic to buff him up. Why not use Sombra?
No.
A little bit of magic.
No. They already proved that. They already just had what's-his-face give Tyrek magic. No, they did not take Sombra's magic. No, my theory is a little bit more interesting, and it might actually be a good idea for topic at some point, or maybe even for a fanfic if anybody feels so inclined. Now that I'm get the tab here, and I'm going to close a bunch of these images because there is way too many. Yay. Now, yeah. Now we can see right here in the image, though, that when Sombra starts to attack Twilight in full force with his eyes, they're actually glowing green now and spraying out his magic. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I think the reason that Sombra is so ridiculously powerful is that he actually has a dark magic tapped in that he doesn't exactly tap until his eyes start glowing green like that.
Yeah, it's
kind of a
standard trigger.
Well, no, like a Nightmare Force situation.
Well, also, even though it's non-canon at this point, he could still technically be an Umbra pony.
That it's non-canon, we can't say anything.
Well, that's the thing. It's never confirmed that he couldn't be that, which would then allow him access to greater darker magic. But that is just speculation. Beyond that, yeah, there's probably some dark magic he knows, similar to the Alicorn amulet.
Well, any other thoughts other than Toa, who seems to keep stealing the spotlight?
I don't try and steal the spotlight.
I stepped away and missed what was being talked about. I heard something about the eyes and the magic.
Alright, essentially...
tap into a specific magic.
I'm going to go ahead and mute Toa for a moment because, in all honesty, I'm kind of getting sick and tired of him interrupting constantly. So, essentially, the whole idea was the idea of Sombra and his eyes. When we first see him being reintroduced, as well as a good majority of the season opener, his eyes are completely normal. However, we did also notice that that his eyes started to glow green near the end, and that's also the same glowing that he had initially in season 3. Which makes me wonder if the reason that Sombra is so ridiculously powerful is he has a special magic that nobody else does. Or maybe that only even the princesses can barely tap into.
It's anger controlled.
Oh, so you think he's fueled by pure rage?
Go back and watch the episode that introduces it. It's anger controlled.
Very. You type into the dark side, Luke.
Ooh, anger. I like that thought. That's a good thought. Okay, we're going to go ahead and unmute Toa now. There we go. Yeah, and yeah, there was a fun little observation that Twilight's hair started to shimmer and shine like princesses when they combine powers to literally nuke Sombra from existence.
By the way, the animation for when Twilight deflects his fucking
that is so cool.
Magic.
I seen that.
That was
I'm
so
like, oh man.
sick.
That was awesome. Just the march, the reflection, all of that just was
The
like epic
head
moments.
turn especially. Jesus Christ, that was so good.
Fair enough.
Damn.
Yes.
Dude.
What amazes me the most though is she just lights up her horn and does a basic lightsaber deflect of a blaster bolt. Like,
All right, so that was a lot of up and down talk, and we lost Suki in the process there. Apparently,
he was probably tired.
Oh, one thing I want to bring up that you haven't brought up yet, that check the Discord gives Twilight, the 10,000 whatever bits, I don't know what check. Yeah, no. I love the attention to detail on that, because, like, one, the little logo that he has in the corner of his check is his own face, which, of course, it'd be.
Yeah.
Where he signed is, like, he's got a signature with a little smiley face with his antlers on it, 10 out of 10. And also, where Twilight's name would be, it's just your cutie mark. Just 10 out of 10. That is beautiful. Attention to detail.
oh no,
Yes.
this is a challenge. No, this is a challenge. If John Delancey goes to any conventions this year, somebody's got to print out this giant check and have him sign it.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Oh,
So that's it. We're gonna end this discussion with the challenge. Somebody has got to get John Delancey to sign a giant Discord check.
honestly, if you could find someone that would print large novelty checks, you would be golden.
You don't even need to. You just need to find somebody that'll print a large poster, anything.
My only question is, what conventions is he going to this year?
Quickly, find out. Hack his computer.
Well, now that we got the challenge, now that we got the fun thought, now that we scared away Suki, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the discussion portion. Final thoughts on the Season 9 opener, everybody.
Loved it.
I will watch it eventually.
Anybody else?
Cozy is oddly adorable.
She is creepily adorable.
It was fun.
All right. And real fast before we move on, we do have our submission for the challenge of the week. Here is Toakoi showing, it appears to be me and blanked this time, if I'm wrong, unless I'm wrong.
Nope, you're right.
Oh shit!
A tie-dye shirt with ticker.
I forgot to mention that Sombra proved that you can die twice in Equestria. That is a thing that needs to be brought up. Can you do that? Can you die twice?
No, can you explode twice? And yes, apparently you can. Except the second time is a lot more
Dramatic
and disintegrating.
That was so much more violent than I think we like.
That was incredibly violent.
Seasons. I'm surprised that they managed to get it past it. But again, they've only got the one season left, so there we go.
It's like,
we're going all out.
Yeah,
we're going all out.
benefits of the last season. They didn't nerf it. Just like, damn, holy shit, dude. And then like it's confirmed that he's not coming back because like Grogar at the very end is like, well, shit. I guess I'm dealing with you three fuckers. I guess not coming back.
Not only did he lost, not only did he lose, he epically lost.
When you die in combat, you die in real life?